If you're not the type to want to make sacrifices, then don't even be looking for a provider husband, because you're going to have to make sacrifices. You don't know how long those couples been together for them to get to the point where the man can 100% provide. So I don't want you also thinking like, okay, I got to find a provider husband, but that means from the very beginning, I'm going to not work. My husband and I got married in the beginning. We lived in a very small, very, very small house. I was working. And I stopped working after I got pregnant with my first child. Because I don't want you to live under this perception that, okay, like once I get married, everything's gonna be perfect and the man is gonna provide for me, because that's what I want. One thing I want to say when it comes to the 50-50 couple situation in this whole trend, in this whole I don't pay the mortgage trend.
I'm sorry, babe, but I can't pay the mortgage this month.
Why?
Because I used all the money.
No, it's okay. It's okay. What'd you use the money on? Why are you recording me?
I shopped.
It's fine. You'll have 500 coming in from Airbnb on the 10th, and I can send the rest.
And my husband and I were talking about this, and he's brought this up before. In our situation, he pays all the bills, but he did, he reads a lot and he's so smart. And one of the things he was saying, like in this economy and the times that we live, it is kind of important to have a 50-50 thing. And the only way you don't have a 50-50 thing and you want a more traditional life is that you have to live below your means. So it's possible. It's not impossible in today's time and age to have a man providing 100% of the time. However, it can take some time. And also, maybe in the beginning, you both have to work. Or you're just going to have, if you want it from the beginning, you're going to have to live below your means. If he's making $30,000 a year or $50,000 a year, you're going to have to live below your means. And one of the things that I think will help you not compare yourself to whatever is going on or whatever other women is really try to limit social media. I know that's hard, but try to limit those romance movies that you love and those social media stuff, because you will find yourself comparing and wanting to buy things that these, overconsumption. You want what everyone else has or what other women that you follow seem to have. And that's not going to be easy. My husband and I got married in the beginning. We lived in a very small, very, very small house. I was working, and I stopped working after I got pregnant with my first child. And I haven't been working since, and that was a long time ago. So even in my situation, we got married at 21. We got married really young. It took a while for us to get to where we are to be able for him to, provide only by himself. And also the job that he's been there for a long time. So he's been able to go up in his career and make more money, right? The longer you're there. So I also want to let you know that, because I don't want you to live under this perception that, okay, like once I get married, everything's going to be perfect and the man is going to provide for me, because that's what I want. If that's what you want, that's great. That's what most women desire. However, understand that the reality of the economy, the reality of things today, now God can do anything. I'm just saying that you may have to work in the beginning until you get to a place where you can quit and, take care of your children or stay home. You may have to do something. And another thing those videos aren't showing you, for the men who are paying all of the mortgage 100%, we don't know how long those people have been married. Because a lot of people end up, graduating from college, getting married or whatever. They start working together at one point, and then when they are comfortable, then the wife stops working after a while, maybe once they have children or whatever, but they stop. Right? So also, you don't know how long those couples been together for them to get to the point where the man can 100% provide. So I don't want you also thinking like, okay, I got to find a provider husband, but that means from the very beginning, I'm going to not work. That could happen, but it can only happen if you trust in God, but also live below your means and not compare yourself with everybody on social media. You may not be able to buy the latest trendy outfit. You may have to do secondhand. You may have to shop at a discount store. You may have to get stuff on the clearance rack. You may not be able to buy everything or kitchen utensil or whatever, latte or whatever. Like, you have to make your own coffee at home. Like, you may not be able to do all the things that you see your favorite creators, influencers, and celebrities doing, but you can still live that provider lifestyle in the start if you both agree to, okay, we're just going to live below our means for right now, right? Maybe you'll have to work for a year or two or a few years and then come home, right? Because it is hard. The economy is hard. People are struggling. So I did want to say that because I don't want people to look at those couples and be like, oh, I wish that were me, or, oh, that's so great. But you don't know how long those couples have been together. Some of those couples may be married 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. You can probably see from the age of that couple and that type of house they're living in. Most couples don't just immediately start living in a big house. Most couples don't immediately just start off well financially. It takes time, and sometimes the wife will have to work for a few years until they're stable enough to be able to take care of, for the husband to do 100% of the providing, or until they have a child and the wife is like, I really want to stay home, and the husband's like, okay, you can stay home, but we can't have a Netflix subscription, or we have to make some sacrifices. And so if you're not the type to want to make sacrifices, then don't even be looking for a provider husband, because you're going to have to make sacrifices. Okay, you just are. So I just want to put that out there too. I don't want anybody to feel bad if they have a 50-50 relationship. I don't want people to, if they get into a 50-50 relationship, as long as that man's character is right and he knows, hey, you want to stay home and you've expressed that to him, I'm pretty sure he's going to be working hard to make sure that he accomplishes that for you. But it may be, depending on your situation, where you have to live below your means for a while, or you're just going to have to work for a little bit until you're financially able to do that.